Do you think was this an epiphany that you had before the accident? Or was it that this really, because in your Audible, when you talk about like how when it's just silent, you figure out what really matters. Like when I heard that, I was just thinking like, our near-death experiences, you were told when you came out of it, you should be dead. And you're like, well, I don't remember anything. Does that feel like that was a moment that there is a massive awakening, or were you already kind of working with some of this?
No, I was always a transparent and authentic person, but you definitely change.
That's what,
right? You definitely change. And by the way, still changing. I'm not sitting in front of you, as an unflawed man. Like I am my dad's child, and I'm my mother's child as well. There's nothing more humbling than a quiet room. There's nothing more humbling than the realization of what is really like necessary. What you take for granted and what we don't think twice about is not until that's compromised that the true appreciation for life, I feel like, can sometimes be had. I don't want to speak for everybody, because I think there are some people that truly do get it and that truly do think whatever their space or version of a higher power is daily for life and for what they do. I believe in God, so I'm not as spiritual as some may be, but I'm very thankful for the life that God has allowed me to live and the opportunities that I've been able to embark upon. But I got a lot more appreciation after life was almost gone, right? Like, do you really appreciate your toes? Do you really appreciate your fingers? Like, do you really think about your movement, your joints, vision, smell? Do you really think about how fortunate and lucky you are? It's the only time where I get where I slow up, right? And when I'm slowing up, it's because the reality of that was significant. I really almost died. My kids and all that, like what? As I'm moving so fast, I didn't even have everything dialed up for if said thing were to happen. What? Oh, because I'm out here, I'm just roaming. I'm out here aimlessly living, and I'm moving so fast, I've yet to grasp the true concept and reality of responsibility. Immediately, let me get my responsibilities in order. Because if that had have been, there would have been a lot of people with their hands up as to what, how, when. Fame is great. The lights are great. Kevin Hart, number one. I was in that room with my goddamn wife, my brother, my kids. You look around, you got a lot of friends. You got a lot of people that love you. But then you start to, well, what really matters? That's when my mindset started to change. That's when you go, okay, my approach to just me and working on me, it needs to be different. I've contradicted myself a lot since, I want to slow down. I'm going to make sure I give my family more time. I have. That doesn't mean that there can't be more. The day-to-day battle of, am I giving enough? Guys, you know how much dad loves you. I'm here. I'm like, always working to make sure I do more. But is it enough? Am I a workaholic? Okay, but that's not a bad thing, because you love to work. Yes, you do. That's a passion. You got something that you go after every day. That is a driving source for me. I'm not in the business of letting that go. But, boy, you better put your hands on these people and make sure. You better make sure that you are giving the time that you said you would when you were in that time of solace. Okay, all right. I'm constantly talking to myself. I have these conversations all the time. That's the beauty of taking my little runs. The beauty of working out, being in the gym. You talk to yourself. You better talk to yourself. You better have conversations, figure out a yin and yang of good and bad. For me, it was about personal evolvement after that accident. And still trying, man. It's the biggest battle. It's the biggest battle is just doing right all the time. That's a battle.
And knowing you're going to get it wrong.
That's a battle, man. When I go to a restaurant and they bring out a plate, the waiters say it all the time, don't touch that plate, the plate hot. You know what I do, Jay? You know what I say after I touch it? It wasn't that hot.
Yeah.
They told me not to touch the plate.
Yeah.
He said it's hot.
Yeah.
But I still gotta go and touch the plate anyway. It's a battle. So being okay with understanding that I'm going to lose and win in this battle, and this battle is not over until the day I'm in the ground. Because you're not gonna get it right.
Nope.
You're not gonna get it right. And there's people with this idea and this mindset and mentality, they're gonna get it right and everything's gonna be perfect. It's not. Don't play that perfect game because all you will do is get let down because perfection does not exist. I do firmly stand on that and believe that.
Absolutely.
It doesn't exist, man. You should try your hardest to get things right. In moments where you got them wrong, figure out how to never get them wrong again. That's the world of compromise. That's the world of growth. That's the world of evolvement. I mean, I got a teenage daughter. Nobody prepared me for the world of, like you talking about got to get it right. Are we talking enough? Am I loving enough? Am I present? Am I listening? Am I just delegating? Am I parenting? Am I your friend? There's so much.
Yeah, so much.
Teenage son, little ones. I mean, my wife. It's a constant battle of energy. And as a guy who is an output, right? And I don't complain about that output, but those that I'm taking in from, I gotta make sure that I'm receiving that and that I'm not moving too fast. I'm not making the most of those moments. And that's this level of consciousness I did not have before the accident. I was 1,000 miles per hour. And not that I'm not still moving fast, but I look at my peripheral.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my rearview mirrors, I'm slowing down. Yeah. I'm stopping. I'm sleeping. You know what I mean? Like there is a difference. I know there's a difference. But it's still a battle.
Yeah, it's still a battle.
It's still a battle.
Yeah. I love that you describe it like a battle because what you just described is exactly the practice we have to have every day, which is you have to revisit, how do I get it right today? There isn't a day where now you just get it right from now till the end of time. It's revisiting that every day saying, I'm recommitting to this. I'm going to be a good dad today. Right? You don't get to make a decision to be a good dad in 10 years. You have to do today and then you do tomorrow. And I think that what's really interesting, the reason why I asked that question too was because I think memory is such an interesting thing. Sometimes when something big happens to us, we feel the shift that this is going to change how I think. And then all of a sudden, when things go back to normality, it can sometimes feel as if it never happened. But it sounds like for you, you've really used it as an anchor.
Well, I did.
Yeah, you've used it. It's
even when you say like I'm going to be a good